You've done everything people told you would keep you healthy. You cleaned up your diet. You bought the supplements. Maybe you even tried fasting. Yet your energy slipped. Your joints complained. Your memory started playing tricks on you. And the worst part? You quietly wondered if your body had simply given up. It didn't. What if the real problem wasn't what you were eating, but what your cells were failing to clean? Most people never realize this. Deep inside your body, an invisible traffic jam may be building every single day. You can't feel it at first. You can't see it in the mirror. But slowly, silently, it changes how every organ works. And by the time symptoms appear, that cellular mess has already been growing for years. Here's the part nobody talks about. Your body isn't just a machine that needs fuel. It's a workshop. Every second, millions of tiny workers build new proteins. Those proteins become hormones, muscles, enzymes, immune cells, almost everything keeping you alive. But imagine a workshop that keeps making new tools while never throwing away broken ones. Soon, nothing works. That's not a motivation problem. That's biology. Your body was responding exactly as it was designed to. The trouble began when the cleanup crew started falling behind. Researchers call this proteostasis. It simply means keeping proteins healthy, building the right ones, folding them correctly, repairing damaged ones, and removing those beyond repair. When that balance collapses, the consequences reach almost every corner of your body. Memory, muscles, heart, immune system, even the speed at which you age. Here's the critical thing to understand. Proteins aren't permanent. Every day, they're damaged by heat, stress, oxidation, and normal metabolism. Some twist into the wrong shape. Others stick together like wet spaghetti. Your cells know this. They expected it, which is why they evolved one of the most remarkable quality control systems in biology. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Imagine an entire city where garbage trucks, repair crews, inspectors, and recycling plants operate 24 hours a day. As long as every team does its job, the city stays clean. But if the garbage collectors stop showing up, the streets fill. Traffic slows. Emergency services can't move. Soon, even healthy neighborhoods begin to fail. That's exactly what happens inside aging cells. The surprising part is that this wasn't fully appreciated until decades of groundbreaking research revealed just how important cellular cleanup really is. Scientists at institutions like the Salk Institute and Harvard University have spent years uncovering how damaged proteins influence aging and disease. And here's where it gets counterintuitive. Your body actually has specialized molecular helpers called chaperone proteins. Think of them as expert mechanics. Their job isn't to build new engines. It's to make sure every engine is assembled correctly before it leaves the factory. When a protein starts folding the wrong way, these molecular chaperones rush in. They straighten it, repair it. Sometimes they even rescue proteins that looked completely lost. For years, this system keeps you remarkably healthy. Then something changes. Stress increases, inflammation rises, sleep becomes less restorative, blood sugar spikes more often. Little by little, those repair crews become overwhelmed. Not because they stopped caring, because there was simply too much damage. Here's what most people completely miss. Your body has a second backup system. If a protein cannot be repaired, another pathway destroys it before it poisons surrounding cells. It's one of the most sophisticated recycling systems ever discovered. But there's one molecular switch controlling whether that cleanup system stays efficient or gradually slows with age. And when that switch begins to fail, damaged proteins don't just accumulate. They begin influencing diseases that most people think have completely separate causes. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, type 2 diabetes, even certain forms of heart disease. At first, these illnesses seem unrelated. Different organs, different symptoms, different specialists. But underneath them may be the same silent biological story unfolding inside billions of cells. And the molecule sitting near the center of that story has surprised researchers again and again. The moment you understand what it does, you'll never think about aging the same way. Here's the part nobody talks about. That molecular switch is called mTOR. For years, it helps keep you alive. It tells your cells resources are available. Grow, build, divide. That's exactly what you want after exercise or when healing from an injury. The problem begins when that signal never quiets down. Your body never gets permission to clean the workshop. Imagine a factory where workers build new products every minute, but management refuses to stop production long enough to remove broken machines. At first, output looks impressive. Then defective parts pile up. The assembly line slows. Eventually, the entire factory struggles. That's what constant mTOR activation can do inside aging cells. And this is where it gets dark. Frequent eating, constant snacking, chronically elevated insulin, poor sleep, persistent stress. Together, they keep sending the message that it's always time to grow, rarely time to repair. But here's what they didn't expect. The opposite repair program is driven by pathways, including AMPK and cellular recycling, processes connected with the Nobel Prize-winning work of Yoshinori Ohsumi on autophagy. When energy is temporarily scarce, your cells begin clearing damaged components instead of endlessly building new ones. That's why timing matters as much as food itself. Here's what changes everything. Start your morning without immediately flooding your system with sugar. Give your body a short fasting window if it's appropriate for your health. For many people, waiting 12 to 14 hours from the previous evening's meal provides a gentle signal that supports cellular housekeeping. The why is simple. It gives repair pathways a chance to work before another growth signal arrives. By midday, make protein the anchor of your meal. Add eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, tofu, or beans alongside colorful vegetables and extra virgin olive oil. Your body still needs quality amino acids to replace old proteins. Clean first, rebuild second. Repeat. During the afternoon, move your muscles. Even a brisk 20 to 30-minute walk or resistance training session improves insulin sensitivity and activates beneficial energy-sensing pathways. Your muscles become better at handling nutrients instead of leaving excess fuel circulating in the blood. As evening arrives, avoid making dinner your largest meal every night. Finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bed whenever possible. The reason isn't punishment. Your cells perform much of their maintenance while you sleep, and digestion competes for resources. Protect your sleep like it's part of your nutrition plan. During deep sleep, stress hormones fall, repair systems become more efficient, and protein quality control gets valuable time to recover. None of these habits is magic on its own. Together, they're a message. Every healthy meal, every good night's sleep, every walk, every period without constant snacking tells your cells the same thing. The workshop is safe. You can finally start cleaning. That's how resilience returns. Not overnight, cell by cell, protein by protein. Your body was never waiting for perfect discipline. It was waiting for the right biological signals, repeated consistently until repair began to outpace damage. And once that happens, something remarkable follows. You don't just slow decline, you build a stronger foundation for every healthy year ahead. But one mystery still remains. Even if your proteins stay clean, another tiny structure inside every cell keeps counting down your biological future. In the next episode, you'll discover why your telomeres act like a cellular clock, and how everyday choices may influence how fast that clock ticks.